People often have very specific ideas about what it is to be British, and if they can't find a Brit, they often turn to the internet.
Today, we're going to answer some of the most commonly asked questions, so you don't have to search the whole internet for answers.
Okay, so we'll start with our first question. Why are the British called Poms?
Poms?
Yeah, Poms. P-O-M-S.
I've never heard that before.
I've heard it, but I have no idea why. I think it might be Australian.
Shall we find out?
Let's find out.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, it's a term that Australians use for British people. There are several theories on where the word comes from. One is that it comes from the word pomegranate, which became a term for immigrants because they sound similar. Pomegranate immigrant.
Kind of.
Maybe. Who knows?
Okay, do you want to choose the next question?
Next question. Are the British European?
Yes. We are European, although some British people don't feel European, unfortunately.
That's true.
Because we're a separate island, but geographically speaking...
We are European.
Yeah. Okay, another one. Are the British royals German?
German?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they are at least partly German because Queen Victoria married Prince Albert,
who was German.
Yeah.
And he then brought Christmas trees to the UK for the first time. Yeah.
And also there was the House of Hanover. So Queen Victoria was descended from the House of Hanover.
Okay.
So I guess that makes the British royals at least partly German.
Yeah, pretty German.
Okay.
Next question. Are the British from England?
Yeah, that's a bit of a confusing question because, yeah, that doesn't make much sense because Britain is actually England, Scotland and Wales, and so the British, if you're English, you are British, you're from Britain, but the British are from either Scotland, England or Wales. So
you have to be British to be English, but you don't have to be English to be British.
Correct. Okay, here we go. Is the UK a country?
Yes. Yes.
The United Kingdom, or the full title, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and that is the official name for our country.
Yes. Okay. Do the British royals have last names?
Have last names?
Do you know this one?
I don't know for sure. I think Windsor comes in there somewhere.
Yes.
But I don't actually know their full names. I just Queen Elizabeth and Prince Harry, Prince William.
Yeah,
that's what
William
I call them.
Windsor.
Yeah, I do.
Should we find out more?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the British royals do have a last name, but they're usually not referred to by the last names. The reason is simple. They're so famous that no one needs to know the last name to know who they are. Today's royals have the last name Windsor or Mountbatten Windsor. Yeah, we've learnt something.
Okay. So, next question is, why is the UK divided?
So many reasons.
So, I guess if we're talking about why it's divided into England, Scotland and Wales, then that's just to do with the complicated history of the country, how they've been different territories have belonged to different kings or rulers over time, and they've been divided and split up, and this is how it's worked out.
Yeah, and then of course Britain is as politically divided as anywhere else.
Yeah, that kind of division. Yeah,
where people, you know, you have people who are more conservative or people who are more liberal, just like in Germany or France.
Yeah, you could also say there's a slight cultural divide between the north and the south of the country.
True.
Where in the north there used to be a lot of the heavy industry, and the south now is seen as a bit richer and posher. I'm kind of from the north of England and studied in the south, and yeah, there's kind of a lot of friendly competition between the two areas. Okay, do you want to take the last one?
It's our last question. Why is the UK so windy?
So windy.
So windy.
I didn't even realise we were that windy, but maybe we're just used to it.
Lived there for too long.
Any ideas?
I mean, probably geographically, because the UK's an island and it's on the edge of Europe, and there's a lot of sea on either side where the wind can really go uninterrupted and then hit us.
Yeah,
but
that sounds like it could be true.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have learned about it in school, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's find some more about it.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay, so it's due to the jet streams, which are streams of very fast winds that can bring storms from the Atlantic to the UK.
Okay.
The north and the west are the windiest parts of the UK.
You were close. You pretty much had it. Yeah.
I think so. Oh, that's why it's so windy. So, those are some of the most searched questions about Brits.
What would you like to ask a Brit? See you next time.